Now it's my pleasure to introduce to you SARRC's Vice President and Clinical Services Director, Dr. Amy Kenzer. Please join me in welcoming Amy to the stage.
Language is one of the most powerful means of social connection that we have. A simple word can bring tremendous joy, like when a child says mama or daddy or I love you for the first time. And the lack of words can cause profound sorrow when a child can't talk and doesn't understand his parents' words of comfort and love. Language is such an important part of our lives that even before a child can understand what we say, we're talking with them, interpreting their cries, commenting on their play, and describing the world around them. Babies begin talking with coos and babbles that quickly turn into first words and blossom from there into conversations about their favorite things, what happened at school that day, or what they want to be when they grow up. But when those first words don't come and you realize your child can't tell you how he feels or what he needs, that can be heartbreaking. The social connection between people drives language development, and language further builds on that connection. For children with autism, social communication is impaired, which means their ability to connect and navigate the social world is difficult. And as difficult as that is for their families, consider just how confusing the world must be to that child and how frustrating it must be to not have a way to communicate your needs or wants. I want you to imagine you are a parent and your child does not say his first words. And you do everything you can to find out why, and you learn it is because he has autism. So you find every therapy available to you in your rural community, searching for the person or treatment that's going to teach him to talk, but none of them work. And then you hear about a program that helps parents build language with their child, and you feel like you have to do it, and you're hopeful this will be the one that works, but you don't want to get your hopes up because nothing has worked so far. And now your child is 7.5 and nonverbal. And everything you've read, all the books say that if a child isn't speaking by the age of 5, there's very little chance he ever will. But you have no choice because you so desperately want to hear his voice. That was the case for Bradley's family. Living in a more rural part of Arizona, they had very little access to the type of treatment that Bradley needed. So when they came to SARRC last summer for 1 week of intensive parent training, they approached it with a little bit of hope and a lot of commitment to help their son. I want to share with you a video of Bradley and his mom on their first day with us. And we asked mom to do her best to try to get him to talk. And you'll see that she asks him basically one question: what letter is this? And as you watch, I want you to pay attention to Bradley's response, how he seems confused and somewhat frustrated by the situation. Let's take a look.
What letter is this? What letter is this? Letter? What letter is this? Bradley, what letter is this? What letter is this? Say, think.
He doesn't know what is expected of him, and he can't answer her question. But there is something really great about that video, and that is the use of motivation. Mom used the coloring book with letters in it because she knew he loved letters. And motivation is the key to teaching him the power of language, that connection between saying something and getting what you want. So the first step was to take that motivation and make the connection more tangible. This next video was taken on their 3rd day with us, and you're going to see letters again, but this time they're magnets that Mom has, and Bradley wants to put on the magnet board. And as you watch, I want you to notice 2 things. First, Mom is going to give him a letter every time he attempts to talk to keep that motivation going. And second, there's a point where Mom thinks he's asking for the letter R, but she's wrong, and he repeats himself until she realizes he really wants the letter L. Let's watch.
Which letter? Which letter? Bradley, which one do you want? K. K? Okay. K. Put it on there. K. R. L. Okay. L. Good job.
What I love about that video is not only is he starting to talk, but he's starting to understand how to get what he wants. We're seeing the beginnings of that social connection and enjoyment in their interaction. And he's persistent, asking again until he's understood. And that persistence paid off, because after just 25 hours of parent training in 5 days, the child who was 7.5 and nonverbal on Monday had 10 new words by Friday. And on Saturday, it's great, right? Yeah. It's amazing. And what's really cool is on Saturday, when that family went home, because Mom had learned how to teach her child and was no longer reliant on others to do it for her, she was able to keep those gains going, teaching him new words and further building on his love of all things letters. In this last video, you're going to see Bradley and Mom at home about 3 months after their visit to SARRC, and they're putting together a matching puzzle, matching pictures of animals to their written names. And before we watch it, I want you to think back to that first day when Bradley seemed confused and somewhat frustrated, because that is in such stark contrast to the pride and happiness on his face when he talks and he knows he's being understood in this next video. Let's watch.
What's this? Monkey. Okay, look for monkey here. Look for the munching. Look for monkey. Good job. Monkey. Put it over here. What's this? Pig. Pig. Look for pig over here. Look for pig. Look for a pig.
Elephant.
No, look for a pig first.
Elephant.
Elephant? Okay, get an elephant.
Elephant.
Elephant. Okay, look for an elephant here. Good job.
Bradley showed us he had the capacity to talk. He just hadn't learned how. And like any child learning to talk for the first time, he's still gaining vocabulary and articulation, but he is talking. Something that his family thought might never be possible became a reality.